Welcome back to my channel. So on today's video I'll be sewing these pants, and I will leave a link on the description for the pattern making of these pants. So I've already cut out my pattern, so now I'm just gonna be continuing the tutorial. So if you can check there, what I did was I added half an inch for the sewing allowance. So I'm just going to be cutting out the front, the back, and also the pockets. So while I'm cutting this on fold, so I can get the 2 pieces for the back, the 2 pieces of the front, and also the 2 pieces for my pockets. As you can see, I'm just adding the half an inch for the sewing allowance around the pants. And well, now after cutting out the pockets here, I'll just mark the right and the left so I don't get confused when I attach. So here on the front part of my pants and also the back, I'm just going to overlock. So in my case, I don't have the overlocking machine, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a zigzag stitch to sew in the edges. And I will do the zigzag stitch on both the front and the back piece. And that's it, I'm done using the zigzag stitch. As you can see, so I've done for the back and the front. Now I will take the 2 pieces for my front, so I'm just going to be creating a zipper fly in this part right here. So I will just take my zipper and I will place it like this. So after placing it like this, I'm just going to mark where the zipper is going to end. And after making a point right there, what I will do is I'm just going to continue with my marker. From the point I made there, I'm just going to make a curve straight to the crotch line. After that, I will take my front pattern paper and place it right here. So I'm just gonna fold in the zipper fly like this, and then I will just make a straight line using my marker. So that's it. So as you can see on the line there, what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead to my iron, and then I will just iron this part right here. So I'm just gonna be ironing this part so I can be able to get a crease. And this is me just ensuring that I got the right measurements from the zipper and also the crotch right there. So I'm just gonna be making a stitch from this point to the crotch right there. and then I'm done joining the crotch part here. So if you check, I also have the line. So the line is the crease that I was talking about. So I got it by ironing the part. So what I will do is I'm just gonna turn over the pants like this, and this part here, will be the one which will be on top of the other part, and this is where I'm going to insert the zipper. And well, now for me to attach the zipper, I'm just going to flip this side. So I'm just gonna be opening this side here, and after opening, I'm gonna place my zipper like this on the crease line there. So I'm just aligning the zipper and the crease line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin down this part. So you can check how I placed my zipper. And for the next step, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fold in this part right here. And after folding in this part right here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top stitch. So I'm just going to top stitch this part. And this is how it looks after top stitching. So I'll work on the other side of the zipper fly. So on this part here, I'm just going to find the middle point here, and then after finding the middle point, I'm just gonna pin down the side. And with pinning down the side, it means that I'm going to make a stitch. And before making a stitch, I'm just going to make sure that I have everything placed on the right place. So this is me just checking that I have everything placed in the right spot. Now I'm gonna turn this over, and I will just make a stitch, another stitch from this line here, and then I will turn, and then I will take it up there. Well, I've done attaching the zipper, so my fly zipper is nice and clean. Now what I will do is I'm just gonna take my pattern paper and then trace out the dots. So after tracing out the dots, what I will do is I'm also going to sew the dots. So I'm gonna show you once I'm done. And when you trace out the dots, you must trace the dots in the inner part of your pants, so the inner side of your pants. And this is how the dots looks on the right side. So I'm just gonna be showing you how they look on the inner side. So this is it. So now I'll be inserting my pockets. So right side facing, I'm gonna take this part here, and then I will just attach it to the front piece like this. So I'm just gonna make a stitch right side facing. And well, this is what I have. I've attached the pockets, and I also did a top stitch. So this is just me folding in the pockets like so. So I'm just gonna do the same for the other pockets. And while I was attaching the pockets, I realized that this part here, it's bigger and it's overlapping, so I had to reduce the size of my pockets. And well, this is me just reducing the size of the pockets. So after cutting out this part here to reduce the pockets, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to and close the open part of the pockets. And that's it. I've joined the pockets together. So what I would advise you to do right now is make a stitch here on the top part of the waist, and this is to secure the pocket, so when you join your back it does not shift too much. And now I'm gonna put this aside and then work on the back part of my pants. So I have the back part of my pants right here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just gonna place them together, aligning the crotch line like this, and then I will just make a stitch from here down to the crotch. And that's it. This is what I have. So the very same thing I did with the darts on the front, I'm just going to trace out the darts here also on the back piece. And well, now I'm done with sewing in my darts. So the next thing for me to do is I'm just gonna be joining the front to the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna take this pants, the front part of my pants, and then I'll just place the back part. So this is because now it's time for me to join the sides of the pants together. So I'm just attaching the back on the front piece. And now I have joined the sides together. So if you check, I only have the bottom part open. So I'm just going to be aligning the crotch line together like this. And then I'll just make a stitch. And now I'm done joining the inner parts of my pants. So my pants is almost done. So the next thing for me to do is to just turn this pants inside out and then just start working on the waistband. Well, for the waistband, I measured my waist circumference and then I added 3 inches. I added extra 3 inches. So I'm just going to fold my waistband like this, right side facing. So I'm just going to close the ends of my waistband. So this is just me just folding in my waistband, and then I'm just gonna be ironing it to straighten it up. And after ironing here, I'm going to show you how to attach the waistband to the pants. Well, I'll just open up inside of the waistband and then I'll just insert my pants inside like this. And then I'll just make a stitch, ensuring that everything is aligned. So you can just pin everything here together and make a stitch on the waist. And this is what I have in the end. So if you check, I have this overlapping thing here on the front. So I'm just going to put in some hooks. So I'm just going to hand sew some hooks here and then I'll be done with my pants. And after inserting the hook, I'm just going to do the final thing on my pants, which is to hem the bottom part of my pants. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share.